kitchen. Today I'm going to be using some of the butterscotch I made in another video, and I'm going to be making a butterscotch cake that is absolutely to die for. So first of all, we're going to make the cake. So in goes my sugar into my mixer. You could do this with a hand mixer, but I am really dangerous with that. In go the eggs. And the last one. Oh, good. I got no shelling this time. Brilliant. Now all I'm going to do is whip this until it's almost mousse-like. Look at that. That is absolutely full of air. Now into that we're going to put oil. There we go, with our oil. Make sure I've got it all. There we go. And in here I have my flour and 2 teaspoons of baking powder. That's going in. Then we're going to be putting just a couple of teaspoons of vanilla into there. Then we're going to fold this all together so we don't have any lumps. Now do cut and fold this, because what we don't want is to lose all that lovely air that we've put in here. And make sure you get the oil from the bottom, because what will happen otherwise is it won't all mix together beautifully. Getting there. Just keep dragging up from the bottom to make sure that you've got that oil. There we go. Nice and smooth and ready, and it will be really nice and thick. Now I've already pre-prepared 3 8-inch tins. They're 24 centimetres and I have 3 of these. So I'm going to split this now between the 3 tins. Now I've got myself absolutely covered in that. There we go, beautiful. Now we're going to put this in a preheated oven, 180 degrees. I'll put the other temperatures up in a moment, and all we're going to cook this for is 10 minutes. I will see you when these are cooked and cooled. I'm going to cool them in the tins. Well, my cakes are all ready to go. What I'm going to do now is use some of the butterscotch that I made on another video for this cake. And what I need to do is whip this until it's pipeable. And done. What we need is, as you pick it up, it needs to hold its shape a little bit, because we're going to be piping this. I can't even get the things off. Now I'm going to pop this in the fridge while I get my cream ready. Okay, on your back, we're going to make our cream. So I'm going to use a good 400 mils of cream. Into that I'm going to put about 3 tablespoons of mascarpone, and this will stabilise my cream for piping. It will come up much more stiff, because French cream, oh, I've probably got it on my nose. French cream is notoriously bad for holding, and what we don't want is for that to collapse before we've eaten all the cake. I'm also going to put in just a couple of tablespoons of icing sugar. There we go. And just a teaspoon of vanilla. That's it. Now what I'm going to do is beat this until it's in stiff peaks. And there we go. There's our Chantilly. All ready to go. Okay, we're all ready to go. Now the first thing I'm going to do is to moule my cakes. And these should be beautiful and light and fluffy. Now, I want these crumb side down. So all I've got to do is pull that off into my bin, which I keep down there, and very carefully pick it up, flip it over. There we go. Okay, I'm going to cut the end off my piping bag and squeeze this down. Now I'm not putting too much on each layer because the flavour in this is really quite good. I used about half of my recipe for butterscotch for this cake, and I still have a jar in the fridge for another occasion. Right, let me look. One of these I want for the top, one I want for inside, because I've got two different patterns. I'm getting this everywhere. Cut the tip off. And then I'm just going to put, again, a bit of cream round the inside. I've got spare here that I haven't got in the piping bag. So there we go. We're just going to layer this round. My cakes are not professional, I can assure you. I'm sure you know this, but by golly, they taste good. And then I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit of the praline on for a bit of a crunch. Then we're going to layer. Here we go. Oh, and very, very carefully. This is the bit I hate because this is likely the bit I'm going to break. There we go. And on. Line it up. And we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to put some butterscotch on. Give that a bit of a wipe round. You don't have to cover every inch of this because we've got 3 layers here, and the amount of butterscotch going on there, on those 3 layers, is plenty. There we go, to one side, and let's just wipe that round. Beautiful. I am going to cover the sides a bit, so I'm going to do them now as I go. I try and make my cakes look nice. I've had a couple of comments. Apparently my Black Forest Gateau looks like, what did the man say? It looks like a sloppy Joe. Now, I mean, I had to Google it because I didn't know what that was. But apparently it's an American thing, and it's like mince of some description that you put in a burger bun. I mean, it looks disgusting. I can't say what it tastes like because I've never had one. But thank you, whoever said that to me. But I'd like to see you try doing all this with one hand. That's all I can say. Maybe you do. And you do a lot better than I do. But my family are always very happy to have my cakes. And there you go, I've stuck my thumb through that. But it won't matter, will it? There we go. Final layer. Anyone that's been following me here from the beginning will know piping is not my forte. There we go. All the way around. So we've got cream all over this sponge. For my next trick is my other piping bag, because this is the one I'm going to pipe a bit of decoration on. She lied deliberately all around the edge of this. And no, it's not brilliant but it's what I do. We're going to do the second row. Here we go. And I'm just going to do some little dotty bits around the edges. That's all I'm doing at the moment. Right, I've done 2 rows of this because if my butterscotch, ooh, it's a bit big. If my butterscotch decides to spread, I've got 2 rows here to keep it in place. Look at that. I like this nozzle. So we're going to go all the way around with butterscotch. Oh, that's actually looking really beautiful. There we go. And I'm going to do a cross, why not? And hide my errors where I put my fingers through the cake. One in the middle there, one in the middle there, there, there. Oh, there's a little gap there. We just fill in that tiny gap. There we go. I'm then going to sprinkle my nuts on. There we go. Because that will give it a really nice taste. Got enough cream left to do just a little bit around the edge there. What a mess I've made, look at this. But you know what? I'm going to put this in the fridge to chilly down, and I bet this will be delicious. Look at this. I mean, what a mess, but what say you to my cake? I'm going to chill this down in the fridge. Then we're going to have a taste test. Better clear all this mess up now, haven't I? Well, here is my, what I think is a beautiful cake. My piping skills are rubbish. And actually, I'm not a professional cook in any way, shape or form. I'm literally in my kitchen cooking. And I think most people that cook in their kitchens are not professionals. They don't really know what they're doing. And I've just learned. This was part of my stroke recovery therapy. And obviously I have to do this with one hand. So I am chuffed to bits with this. Chuffed to bits. Look, it looks really good. Put that to one side. I did get somebody to cut a piece of this for me because, oh, look at this. I did actually get someone to cut a piece of this for me because, not very good at it. So I've cheated here. But I did make it all myself. And this is my homemade butterscotch that I have a video for. And I've got to tell you, it is delicious, really good. Nothing further to do than to taste this. And look how light that cake is. Oh my giddy aunt. That is fantastic. It really is. I'm sure you can do a better job of decorating it, but by golly, that tastes fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. And you've got a bit of butterscotch everywhere, even towards the end, because we zhuzhed it about a bit. Oh. Putting those nuts or the praline on it just gives it a little bit of texture, which is really nice. I'll tell you what, my family are going to love this. Absolutely love it. Well, what can I say? It was a successful bake. That sponge is so light, it's untrue. Have a go. Why not? If I can do it with one hand, I'm sure you can do a much better job with two. Well, if you did like what you saw, please like, share and subscribe to see me making more absolutely delicious, if not beautiful, cost-effective food. Thank you for watching.